As a part of this program, we are initiating a counseling sessions for IIT Madras students, which will be a one-on-one session. You can register for the program at our website, tensus.in. As a part of for this lecture, we have our guest Nandu. He is a aeronautical engineering graduate of 2019 for a dual degree. He done internship at Hindustan Aeronautics Limited, and also he worked in the office of IAS office of Krishi Bhavan. Also, he's placed at currently at Standard Chartered Bank. I'm handing over mic to Nandu, so you can brief about the department and answer some of the frequently asked questions. Nandu, you can start.
Hi everyone. My name is Nandakrishnan KS. So I'm from Kerala and I'm from the district of Ernakulam, if anyone is interested in knowing. So yeah, I'm from the department of, is there a voice problem? Just put it in chat if you can hear me.
No, there is no problem. It's okay, fine.
Okay, fine. Then. Cool. So
yeah, you just check your audio button. Is it on?
Yeah, mine is on. Like someone put in chat that it was not audible. Okay, fine, cool. So I joined IIT Madras in the year 2015. Yeah, I joined in 2015 and I graduated in 2020 last year. I graduated in August. I still haven't had the convocation left. So yeah, I'm a freshly out of IIT Madras graduate. So I'll be mainly talking about aerospace engineering and what you need to know about like before joining aerospace engineering. So yeah, where should I start? Okay, so the basic question is, what is the difference between aerospace engineering and aeronautical engineering? So aerospace engineering will mainly deal, like IIT Madras offers aerospace engineering and not aeronautical engineering. So aerospace engineering is like anything that flies. So it can be like outside the space, like in the rocket, or like inside the stratosphere, like planes, helicopters, drones, or anything that flies. So yeah, that's what aerospace engineering deals about. So aeronautical is like mainly what flies inside the space. Like so, rockets and all are not included in aeronautical engineering. So aerospace engineering is mainly talks about all the aircrafts and airplanes that fly. So I was part of the dual degree project. So dual degree program. So mainly aerospace engineering. Should I talk about the courses or how, like what is the base idea that I need to provide them? Yeah, and so like
okay. I guess anything that a student should know before choosing the branch aerospace.
Okay.
Including placements in core as well as non-core, as well as research opportunities in foreign universities.
Yeah. Okay, cool, fine. So I think before you need to join, I think aerospace engineering is a very styled word. So I think before you join, you have to look into your ranks of how much you have. So based on that, you can choose whatever course. But in aerospace, you have to mainly be interested in that department. Okay, so what I mean by that is, see, when you at the end of the 5 years, what you need is that you have to get placed. So when you join aerospace, you have to have an idea whether you need to continue in that field or not. So that's the main main idea that you should have while joining aerospace, whether you need to continue in this or like you need to work in this field itself. Because I'm saying this because after 4 or 5 years, you will realize that the number of companies that come for placements in aerospace is very, very low. Okay, so that you have to know. So either you are mainly interested in going for higher studies or like for MTech or PhD and to continue, I think that's the only reason you have to take the aerospace. Otherwise, like in the placements area, we have very low companies coming. So yeah, I saw a question like, does ISRO recruit from IIT? Yes, ISRO does recruit from IIT, but like in the year that I got placed, so ISRO came for placements, but they only recruited mechanical and electrical. So that's what I meant by like aerospace engineering, like the placements are comparatively low in that field itself. Okay, did you? So that's the main issue while choosing. So if you want to go for higher studies, there is hope. Like if you want to go like to become a research scholar, or you want to become a professor, or you want to like, there are opportunities that you can work in, like in the DRDO, ISRO, Airbus. But I mean, what I'm trying to say is that placements might be low. It is like that for most of the years. So that's one issue that you have to look into before joining aerospace engineering. Okay, so I'm not saying that it's not there, but okay. So let me go into the how the courses will be. I'll get into more into the placements later. I just said it because I saw the question. Yeah. So the courses will be like uh, the first two semesters. I mean, the first year, you will not have particularly anything about aerospace. It will be like basic courses like maths, physics, chemistry, and other engineering stuff. So whatever you need to do in the third or fourth semester, on the coming years, you will get to know. So, so that's what you need to. So after the first year, you'll start with the aerospace engineering courses, which will include a lot of flight dynamics, gas dynamics, fluid dynamics, aerodynamics. Then what else? Then engines, then flight dynamics to propulsion. Yeah, there'll be a lot of topics that will be coming your way. So in terms of how tough the course is, I mean, how tough the department is, I would say like the first two sems, like the first year will be comparatively easy, and in the second year it will be a little more tough. But in the third and fourth year, third year is the most toughest or the hardest in aerospace engineering, mainly because you have a lot of topics and the topics are very diverse, and the amount of time you get to spend on each topic is very less. So according to the difficulty of the course, it's not that difficult, but it goes on, the level increases by the year that you proceed. So I think there's nothing to get worried about in the courses, because every department is like that. Every department will have the same thing. Okay, so you don't have to be worried about taking a course based on its taking a department based on the courses, difficulty of the courses, because every department is difficult in its own terms. So yeah, that's one thing about courses. And like, yeah, all the professors in IIT Madras in the aerospace department is very much research oriented people. So if you are looking into continuing in the aerospace, like the research area, I think it's a very good idea. So that's what I said in the beginning. You have to have an idea if you're joining aerospace. I'm not saying like, for me personally, like I joined aerospace mainly because I was interested in the topic, not because like I wasn't sure whether I should continue or not. But before I joined, so I was just mainly going for it because I liked the topic. So it has a lot of pros and cons. So it depends on that. So like, let's get back to the professors and the research matter. So the professors are really knowledgeable, really skilled at what they are doing. So they are like basically the top notch aerospace engineering professors. So you don't have to worry about how the courses will be taken. I mean, there'll be courses where you will find difficulty in studying, or like a difficulty in understanding the professors, but in a broader sense, they are very much you'll be able to get by with the professors. So don't worry about that. And the main thing is you can approach. Yeah, if you are in a, so see, there are students who even in the first year talk to the professors and get involved in the projects. So this is very important if you are looking to do further studies, or like in the research, or like need to continue in the aerospace department. So it might be very useful while you are working in, you are trying to get placed in like ISRO, DRDO, or like any other GE, Airbus or something. So yeah, doing research is very important, and able to publish papers is can be a better portfolio that you can have. So yes, so like you can approach professors. That's what I'm saying. Even in your first year, or like maybe after first sem. So just leave the first sem, but after the first sem, in the second sem or in the third sem, you can approach professors and you can talk to them and say like you are interested in this field. Like each professor will be in different fields. So there'll be a gas propulsion professor, or there'll be an aerodynamics professor. There'll be different types of professors who have experience in different fields. So you can just go talk to them, and then they like there are a lot of professors whom you can get started with small things and just learn from their results. Like when you learn a topic, you can go into that area. So in research field areas, engineering is aerospace has a lot of scope. Yeah, okay. And yes, there is more than one wind tunnel in the IIT Madras Aerospace Department. Okay, so that's in the courses. I told about the courses and the department. So yeah, so basically before joining, you have to know like whether you need to get in, because see, the problem is when you go into placements with aerospace engineering aerospace engineering degree, the number of companies that come is low. So I've seen that yes, Boeing do come. Boeing didn't come last year, but they do come. So I told you like ISRO does hire, and they came and they took in electrical and mechanical engineering, but the next year they might come for aerospace. So that's the issue. We are not sure like when they will need aerospace engineering. So it depends on the year you will graduate, and we won't know like whether they need aerospace engineering until that year. So that's the issue with being an aerospace engineering student. Yeah. So Boeing did come for placements, but the issue is they cancelled in between. Airbus also, like I think, cancelled in between the placements. So there were some issues. I'm not sure what happened, but yeah, something in between happened. That's why the number of companies in aerospace engineering in the last year decreased. Like so it depends on year. Like what year you are graduating. So in that year, if the companies come for aerospace, there will be placement, and if they didn't come, like there will be less placement. Students, yes, companies that come to IIT are not by students, but by a placements team, which are run by students. So yeah, so that's what I have to say about the courses and placements. Also, like if you see the 90%, at least 90 or 95% of the students that got placed from aerospace engineering will be in non-core. So if you're looking for a non-core after studying IIT Madras, I'm not saying there is an issue, because I also took that field. So taking non-core is pretty normal in aerospace or in any other department. So so the amount of companies that come for aerospace non-core wise, that means like analysts or like a consultancy or coding area, or like what else is there? Consulting, analysts. These are the big three that will usually come. So if you can, there is a great great scope while taking there's scope in going for any other different placements also. And like if you look at the placements in IIT Madras, most of the aerospace students will have got placed, even though they are not in aerospace core. They will have got placed in other non-core. So when he introduced me, they told me like I worked in HAL, Hindustan Aeronautics Limited, in my second year. Then I had worked in the I had also worked in the coding sector also as my third year internship, and in my fourth year internship I worked in the IAS with the IAS officer in Krishi Bhavan. So I have a varied diversity of portfolio if you look into my resume. So what I wanted was to have diversity. So I have my core, I have my coding, and I have like an external experience with the being in Delhi with the IAS officer and all. So what I looked mainly in my portfolio was to create diversity. So it doesn't have to be like that. You can go for like aero core. But what I'm saying is, if you're going to go for that, you have to be sure that you have to know that the scope that the company comes is very low. I'm not saying that it's in a negative terms, but you will have to go look outside. Like, you can't get placed inside the companies that come for IIT is less, but you can go outside and get placed and take the outside interviews in ISRO, DRDO, or in the Airbus. But it depends on how the companies are taking the students or like the colleagues. So yeah. So that's what I have to say about the placements. I think I told most of them. Uh, so uh, if you have any questions, I'll take them up in the chat. I have a lot of
Okay.
questions. Uh,
Yeah, the frequently asked question is,
okay.
if you are interested in the placement for aeronautical core and not interested in research, do you suggest this department?
Going for aerospace core companies. What was the question? Can you repeat the question?
Yeah, and not for researchmen.
Not for researchmen, but
Going for aeronautical
okay. Let me get into it.
placement only.
Okay, let me get into how the placements work. So for aerospace engineering, they do not look for aerospace specific students. Even if they come for like certain batches. See, there is structure, there is aerodynamics, there is propulsion, there is aerodynamics. I told fluid dynamics. Then what else is there? Gas dynamics. So you have to have you have to work in at least a certain area. That's what I said about like you approaching your own professor and getting a project or getting to work in a project. Like, even if it is not in the course, you can approach your professor and get. So having that will help in getting your aerospace core job. But at the same time, the companies look for specific. They come for like structure. They need a structure professional, or like they come for like an aerodynamics professional. They're looking for like specific type of area that you will work in. So if you take aerospace, there's a lot of topics, and when you get the job, you will be working in only this much area. Okay, like if you go for research also, you'll be working on this much area. So I'm saying is, if you are looking for aerospace core companies, like all out throughout the years when you study, you'll have to know you'll know which area you are interested in. So based on that area, you can work on that, and I think you can go for placements when that company comes. That's what I said. Like, the companies that come are like very varied, and like it like sometimes they might come and sometimes it's how do you say, it's like a tossing a coin. They might come or they might not come. Yeah, so you can get placed in core, but I'm saying is, you have to be like, you have to learn in a specific area, like which you are interested in. I'm just saying that part. Yeah. Okay, there's so many questions. Okay, what about the scope of aerospace if I'm interested in taking MS in foreign universities? Yes. So there is like the professors in aerospace department are like very, very connected professors. So if you are like working under certain professors, you can ask for, you can get their recommendation, and you can surely go for higher studies in MS or in foreign university. You can definitely do that. But what you have to look into is, you have to work under that professor, work in a project under that professor. There are a lot of professors. You can pick up any area that you are interested in and go forth. So there are a lot of scope in going for higher studies outside also. Okay, so if I'm interested in getting placements and not going for higher studies research, so it will be better to not choose it. Like, that depends on what what you need to get placed in. Are you looking for like placement in non-core, like you're looking for an analyst job, or like in a coding, or like in a consultancy? It depends on what you want. So if you like specifically looking for these, you don't have to come for aerospace engineering, because it's not particularly code heavy department. I mean, apart from MATLAB and other softwares, like it's not coding. I meant as in coding. It's not a coding heavy. Like, you will have to know Python in some areas, but mainly it's basically simulations, and a lot of there's a lot of hands-on, and there's a lot of theory work to be done. Okay. So if you're looking for the non-core jobs, I wouldn't suggest you taking aerospace engineering per se. Okay. Okay. What is the highest package?
Just another road.
Okay. Okay. Any other question?
Yeah, because it is minor portion for the aerospace department. It is
Okay.
not
Okay.
in
Okay. Okay. So, oh,
minor
I'll just
degree.
ask. Okay. I'll just. What's the time? I couldn't hear you. You were breaking off. Hello.
7:26.
Okay. No. Should I stop, Jurai?
No, no, you can continue. There is 5 more
Okay.
minutes.
Okay. Cool. So let me look at some of the questions. Yeah. What percentage of the class gets placed in core and what percentage in non-core? So that's what I said. Last time, maybe 95% got placed in non-core, and there was literally very less companies that is coming for core. I think only one company came for aerospace. I mean, the core companies are coming. GE, Rolls-Royce didn't come. Yeah, Rolls-Royce didn't come last year. They might come next year. So like GE came, Airbus came, Boeing came, and there were some more companies. ISRO came. The problem is they need if they need aerospace vacancies in their company to come for aerospace. So last year, ISRO didn't come. They were looking for mechanical and electrical students only. Even though ISRO is like aerospace and all, they came for mechanical and electrical. So it depends on the company that is coming. Okay, so how is it hard for aerospace engineers to switch to robotics for masters? I'm not particularly sure about going for robotics, so I can't answer that question. Is it advisable to take mechanical engineering BTech then specialize in aerospace postgrad? Yes, you can do that. I'm saying is if you are in mechanical engineering, if you finish BTech, you will have an idea. See, after 4 years, you will have an idea whether you have to go for aerospace or not work in aerospace and work in another mechanical department, mechanical choices. So if you are going for mechanical, there is an option. You can go for aerospace postgrad. There's some learnings to be done, but I think you will be all right if you're going to go for that. Sit for companies that come for mechanical engineering. Yes, companies that come for mechanical engineering, some companies open, not all companies open. Some companies does get open for not some. I think more than some companies open for same for mechanical and aerospace engineering students. So what's the average starting salary package for aerospace or like the aerospace department? I think in every department there's like a 10 plus something average salary, 10 plus lakhs average salary. I'm not sure about the numbers, specific numbers. So yeah, I'm just in getting placement and it's not actually going. So yeah, I think I answered that. Standard. Yeah, I think I answered most of the questions. So okay, if you have any doubts or like if you want to talk, I think you can contact me in Instagram. I'll just put my Instagram handle if you want to. Yeah, you can search me up and you can, we didn't have enough time. So if you have any doubts, you can always message me on Instagram. I'll put my Instagram handle down in the chat. So yeah, I think my time is up. Is my time up? If you have any more questions, yeah, okay, advantage aerospace over IST. Okay, wait. Is IST offering aerospace? IST, okay. You mean in Trivandrum? Is that what you space and technology like in Trivandrum, right? That's what you're asking. Okay, so I'll tell some of the things. In aerospace engineering in IIT Madras is basically like a theoretical or like you get an overall idea. See, you get an overall idea of what aerospace is and like you can work on what. But in IIST, the you have to choose a specific topic to study, like avionics. I'm only aware about avionics, but avionics is one of the topic there. So avionics is like the electronic parts of the all the aircrafts and all. So in IST, I think if you get over a certain grade or something, you are sure to work definitely in aerospace. Okay, like they have like a 2 year or 3 year bond or something. So you will definitely get to work in ISRO. I think ISRO. Yeah. So if you're looking, they have specific programs inside aerospace systems. That's IIST. In aerospace, in IIT Madras gives a whole idea. And if you want to change your field also in IIT Madras, like gives, because you can go for placements in non-core companies. But in the IST, I don't think that advantage is given. But if you're like sure to continue in aerospace, and like if any of the courses that is being given in IST like interests you, I think you should definitely go for IST than come for IIT Madras aerospace. So that's the difference. You can go for like different things in IIT Madras and like discover yourself what you want to do. Is the aerospace here for you? Like can I go and can I do something? IST is like specific for that. If you're like sure, like 98, 95 something percentage sure, I think you can go for IST. I mean, it's a fun college. I had a couple of friends studying in IST as well, and then yeah, I think.
Thanks for your valuable time, Nandu.
Yeah. That's all from aerospace.
Thanks for your valuable time.
Yeah, sure. Thank you. Bye, guys.
Thanking everyone for you attending for this session.